Welcome to Cigars on the Front Porch. I am your host, Uncle Scotty. It's episode number 62. Today is January the 3rd at 9:43 p.m. It's at night. Of course, it's at night. And I haven't recorded in a minute or two. I've had some other things going on, but nevertheless, I'm back. Uncle Scotty's back. First recording of 2026, and I'm excited and ready for this new year and what we're going to be able to do with it, and how the channel is going to be different, how we're going to change things around, add some things, just make it different. Not for the sake of making it different, but just as things progress, they will change. They will get better. Time changes things, or things change in time. Hey, I like that. That might be the theme for the day. Things change. Time changes things. Does time change things, or do things change with time? It's a deep thought. Today we're going to be doing, on episode 62. Oh yeah, it is 47 degrees outside. I'm inside the lounge, and I got my heater going. And of course the exhaust fan, and it's comfortable. I got some flip-flops on, warm-up sweatshirt. It's comfortable. It's better than sitting on the porch, better than sitting outside. The lounge or the tent stops the breeze, stops the wind, which affects your comfortability, affects the cigar, makes things a little bit more comfortable. Plus I can talk freely. The neighborhood I stay in, if you close your car door at 9 o'clock at night, 2 houses down, they can hear it. So, plus I'm on the deck in the back, so this helps out a lot. But today we're going to be doing the room 101 Farce, Lonsdale, 6x5 by 42. And this is what it looks like. The wrapper is an Ecuador Habano. The binder is Indonesian. The filler is Dominican, Ecuadorian, Nicaraguan, and Pennsylvania. It's a 5-country blend and it's pepper, caramel, cinnamon. It has a 92 rating. This is my first time trying the Farce. I've never tried them before, and it's also, I think, my first time trying a small gauge, and this is a 42 gauge, 6x5. Yes, I'm used to that in grandes, but not in this gauge. Now, the smaller the gauge, the more flavor that they're supposed to have, due to the wrapper giving it flavor. It's not as expanded. People think if you want a lot of flavor, get a bigger cigar. No, that's not necessarily true. The bigger the cigar, it backs off on the flavor, but you have longevity, duration, for the cigar because of the gauge. But even a nub, it has enjoyability in a short period of time. So this will be my first. And this one's been sitting in the humidor since November the 14th of 24. So that is 13 months. I think it's time that's over a year. It's a year and 1 month. Yeah, it's time to fire this one up. And it feels just right. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So stay tuned with episode number 62 with Cigars on the Front Porch with your host, Uncle Scotty. All right, welcome back to Cigars on the Front Porch with your host, Uncle Scotty. We started about 9:45, 10:45, maybe 11 o'clock. I'll call it for this one. It's starting out, lots of flavor. Pepper. That's picked up. I haven't been able to distinguish if it's white pepper or black pepper. Not really black pepper. and no cinnamon. No caramel. A little bit of cinnamon. Little. Scale of 1 to 10, maybe a 1 or 2. Biggest thing starting out in this first third is very flavorful. There's a lot of flavor. So stay tuned as we work on this room 101 Farce, 6x5x42. Been in the humidor for 13 months. Two, maybe 3 posts. I probably would do 2. Third one probably may heat up the foot too much. And so far, it seems to be enjoyable. We'll see how long it goes. Like I say, it's my first time with this, so I don't have anything to gauge it by. I don't have anything to gauge it by. But going back to the other thing that we were talking about this time change things, or do things change with time? I don't think time would change things. It could. Maybe if it wasn't solid. Or if it was solid, it could change. Nah, I doubt it. I think things change with time versus time changing things. I begin to wonder if time has the capacity to actually affect anything. Give me your comments. Make sure you like and subscribe and click on the notification link for the channel. And give me some feedback on what you think about that. Do things change with time, or does time change things? Stay tuned with Cigars on the Front Porch with your host, Uncle Scotty. We'll be back with episode number 62, Room 101 Farce. And welcome back to Cigars on the Front Porch with your host, Uncle Scotty. I am still on the third episode number 62 of the Room 101 Farce. And, for the price for this one, it was about $5. I know that sounds cheap, but I buy mine online in bulk, or however you want to call it, 5, 10 at a time, and I bid on them. And that saves me a lot, because a lot of times when you go into a brick and mortar store, you're going to pay, for a decent cigar, anywhere $10, $15 for a decent cigar. So I can get 5 with shipping and handling for like $30 or so, around $30, plus or minus a couple dollars here or there. So saves a lot. I think I got as of tonight, I think I got $235, but I haven't done a head count or accurate count in 2 months. So I take them all out of the 2 humidors I got them in, and I'll sort through them and check for the wrapper, see how the wrapper's holding up. I learned at an early stage, do not take the cigar out of the cellophane until you're about ready to smoke it. You can, but you run the risk of damaging the wrapper. And people are like, well, what about the humidity? The humidity will get through the cellophane, trust me, it'll get through there. So as long as you keep the humidor humid and at the temperature, now they go by, which I mentioned several times before, the 70-70 rule, 70-70 rule, 70 temp, 70, but that's just a footprint. You tweak it to how you like your cigars. Some people may like a lower humidity or a higher humidity. Some people may like a lower temperature or a high temperature. I'm still experimenting with mine. I did something the other day though. I did lower the temp. I dropped it from 70 to 69 in the humidor, and I'm gonna try 69, 68, 68, but nothing lower than 65. I see that cigars light better. They burn a tad bit faster with higher heat, and they burn a little bit longer or better smoother with less heat, less humidity. So, that will affect it too. I don't think like one plus or minus is gonna make that big of a difference, but maybe 2 or 3 plus or minus might make a difference. But I'm still tweaking it. So far, we're gonna see how it does, because when I drop both of them down to 69 on the temp, we'll see how it does. I know the humidity changed once I dropped the temp, so that's a good thing for me. So nevertheless, we're in this first third. I can tell you one thing, it's a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of graham cracker, and a little bit of pepper in this first third. So it's different for me because I'm used to larger ring gauges. So this is a little different for me. But nevertheless, it's good to try different things. Time doesn't change things. I think things change with time. Stay tuned. Cigars on the Front Porch, episode number 62 with your host, Uncle Scott. Welcome back to Cigars on the Front Porch with your host, Uncle Scotty, episode number 62. We're working on the Room 101 Farce. And this is not a well-known brand for me. First time trying it. And we're finishing up on the first third. I've had a good burn on it. And as far as the aroma, no real aroma to it. No real aftertaste, which is good. The draw on it is real easy. The time I estimated about an hour and a half. I've been at it for 30 minutes now. Finishing up on this first third. Kick relaxation in it. It doesn't have so far the kick of what I'm used to with a grande. So I would chalk this up as maybe a medium body cigar, but I wouldn't go to sleep on it. It might bump up to a full body, but a medium body cigar. And of course it's a good even burn. I have not had to touch it up. I had to do a V cut. I wanted to do a punch with it, but the head or the gauge is not big enough for me to really do a punch. So I had to do a V, and the V took a big chunk out of the cap, and I think I may have taken too much out of the cap. So that was kind of with these smaller gauges, trying to do a punch cut, can't really do one. V cut's gonna take a big chunk. If you do a guillotine, you gotta watch it. You're gonna take a lot off on the cap. Of course, the price on it, I paid about $5 for it. As far as the flavor goes on this one, it's more like a graham cracker or a vanilla wafer. Floating between the graham cracker and the vanilla wafer, it's like a 3 out of 10. And a little bit of pepper. Started out with a lot of pepper in the beginning. The pepper is eased off some, or is eased off a little bit. I'm not really picking up any leather or nothing like that, but kind of like a light peppery graham vanilla cracker on this one. Make sure you do a retro through your nose to pick up more flavors on it. But it is not a flat cigar, which is good. I think getting used to the smaller gauge is what's taking me a little bit out of my comfort zone. I like bigger gauges. Bigger gauges, usually a longer burn, more of a punch to the cigar. But so far, it's a good cigar. This Room 101 it's not bad. It's not bad. I definitely would give this away to my friends to let them try. It'd be a good giveaway cigar so far. But we're going to see. So stay tuned for Cigars on the Front Porch with your host, Uncle Scotty, episode number 62, Room 101 Farce. Make sure you like, subscribe, click on the notification link for the channel. I'll be right back. We're finishing up on this first third. We'll starting on the second third of this Room 101. And we'll see how it transitions. Stay tuned. Stay tuned hanging out with your Uncle Scotty. Welcome back to Cigars on the Front Porch with your host, Uncle Scotty. And I'm working on the Room 101 Farce. And I am in the second third. Just started it. And the flavor on this one has settled down. The burn on this one is settled down. It's going at a slower pace. In the beginning with the first third, it went at a more rapid pace like they always do. And the longer that you smoke the cigar, the more it slows down and starts to kind of settle in. So with this one, 2 good puffs, maybe a blowback and maybe a retro through the nose, it's good. It's relaxing. It's a relaxing cigar. I think maybe I was biased. I still ain't 100% convinced, but maybe a little biased as far as with the gauge. That's what's throwing me off. But it's good to experiment and do different things. You can't really say if you like it or dislike it without trying it. I can tell you one thing, with a smaller gauge, you get more flavor. So if you're looking for a flavor-filled cigar where you can really pick up the different notes of the cigar, go with a smaller gauge. I'm used to 52, 54, up to 60. And as far as the length, 6x5 or 6x6, maybe a 5x5 by 5 or a 5, by 52 and up, 52 and up in gauge. Doesn't make it better. It's just what I'm used to. Tell you one thing I was surprised is the length of time on this one. I would have figured 45 minutes to an hour in, this thing would have been done, but I'm 45 minutes in and it's still going. I probably got about another 45 minutes to go. So about an hour and a half. The construction on this one is holding. It's doing real good. I have not had to touch it up. I have not had to relight it. I did put a channel through the foot and through the head of the cigar. I love doing that. It opens up the cigar and you get a good consistent burn. When I've put a line through the head and the foot, I haven't had to worry about relighting the cigar. And I think if you have a cigar and you have to relight it, that maybe it's got too much humidity in it, and that's a reason. And or my infamous thing, you're talking too much. If you're having a cigar and you having to constantly keep relighting it, it's either the cigar has got too much humidity to it, and or you talking too much. It's relaxing. Stay tuned for Cigars on the Front Porch with your host, Uncle Scotty. And we're going to continue working on this second third of this Room 101 Farce. All right, welcome back to Cigars on the Front Porch with your host, Uncle Scotty. Episode number 62. We're working on the Room 101 Farce. I am about halfway done to 3/4 of the way done with this second third. I'll be starting the final third pretty soon. Be taking off the wrapper and seeing how this one goes. See, I started 9:40. I've been at it for an hour now, and I'm about halfway done to 3/4 of the way done with the second third. So at least another 30, maybe 45 minutes with this one. So we're looking at an hour and 15 minutes, maybe an hour and a half on it's a good smoke. I'm surprised. Don't do too many puffs on this one though. Doesn't take that much for the foot to heat up. If you do more than 3, it's going to heat up and get accurate tasting. But if you blow back and slow on your puffs, it'll be alright. Stay tuned for Cigars on the Front Porch with your host, Uncle Scotty, episode number 62, Room 101 Farce. Definitely slow it down on the flavors. It's medium body. It's got a nice little, it doesn't have a kick, but it's mellow. Not mellow, it's medium body. It's a nice cigar. Yes, I am surprised. Things have changed over time. Stay tuned. Cigars on the Front Porch, episode number 62. Please make sure you like, subscribe, click on the notification link for Cigars on the Front Porch with your host, Uncle Scotty. I'm also on Instagram. Reach out there as well. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Cigars on the Front Porch with your host, Uncle Scotty. Episode number 62. And I'm working on the Room 101 Farce. And finished up the second third, which was a lot slower pace as far as the aroma. None. The aftertaste on it, yes, if you do more than 3 puffs, you're gonna get some aftertaste on this one. So like 1 or 2 puffs off of this one, that's it. The draw is good. The time has been an hour, almost an hour and 15 minutes, which is good. I probably got at least another 30 minutes on it. Kick, relaxation on this one. It's a medium body cigar, and it's good. It's a decent medium body cigar. It's got a good consistent burn. I have not had to touch this cigar up. I can't say that for a lot of cigars, but this one I haven't had to touch it up. So it's great. Doesn't hold that much of an ash. It does put out a decent amount of smoke. The burn on it is good. And of course the price I paid for is roughly around $5. So far this Room 101 Farce is doing good. I definitely would give it away to my friends. I would keep it as to try to change things up a little bit from going to the different gauges. Definitely it's got flavor in it. You're looking at a vanilla wafer kind of flavor, a little bit of cinnamon, maybe like a 1 or 2 on cinnamon, but the vanilla wafer flavor is like a 4 or 5. I'll say maybe a 5. And pepper, like a white pepper. So like the white pepper is like a 2 or 3 out of 10. So a little bit of white pepper, a little bit of like a vanilla or wafer or graham cracker wafer, kind of combine that together. And I think that's what a little bit of cinnamon comes in at. So it is a good cigar. It's a good cigar. I'm working on this final third of this Room 101 Farce. So stay tuned for Cigars on the Front Porch with your host, Uncle Scotty, episode number 62. Make sure you like, subscribe, and click on the notification link. We're going to be working on this final third. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Cigars on the Front Porch with your host, Uncle Scotty, episode number 62, Room 101 Farce. We're in the final third, and I had to touch it up one time. It made it all the way to the final third. Definitely slower than the second third, way slower than the first third. 1 or 2 puffs, no more. And flavor's still there. So I would say this one is a graham cracker, vanilla cracker, slightly cinnamon with a little bit of white pepper. And been going at this one for an hour and a half. So the Room 101 Farce is it's a good cigar. This final third is burning a little more accurate, I'm not quite sure why, than the first and the second third. Definitely slow down on your puffs. 1 to 2, no more than 2 on this final third. Stay tuned with your host, Uncle Scotty, for Cigars on the Front Porch, episode number 62, Room 101 Farce. And I'll be back with my final review on this one. So make sure you like, subscribe, click on the notification link. Stay tuned. We'll wrap it up. I'll come back with my final review on this Room 101 Farce. Welcome back to Cigars on the Front Porch with your host, Uncle Scotty. We're finishing up on the Room 101 Farce, and it is a good cigar. I was taken back by the gauge on the cigar, because it's a smaller gauge than what I'm used to. But for the first time, trying a smaller gauge, more flavorful, just as long as the larger gauges. It's 11:24 now, so I've been at this one for about an hour and a half. So it is a good hour and a half smoke, medium body. Graham crackers, vanilla crackers, a little bit of cinnamon, white pepper in the first and second third, not that much in the final third. Definitely a slower pace in the final third, so slow down 1 or 2 puffs in the final third. And it is a good cigar. I definitely would give this out to friends. It's a good cigar. So as we conclude episode number 62, thank you for being with me for the past 30 minutes. I appreciate you. I value you. You're important. You're special. You serve a unique purpose. Find out what that purpose is and make sure that you do it. Thank you. First episode of 2026. Surprising. I guess 13 months. Time does change some things. Or just things change with time, or should they if they change at all, does time have anything to do with it? Make sure you like, subscribe, and click on the notification link. Room 101 Farce. It's a good cigar. Try one.